Welcome back to the Introducing Flamenco series. In this video we're going to dive into Fandangos de Huelva, so let's jump right into it. Fandango is a group of many different flamenco palos, but in this video we're going to specifically look at the version of Fandango that comes from the city of Huelva in the south of Spain, hence the name Fandango de Huelva. There are many different fandangos out there, many regional differences, as well as some more well-known fandangos, like for example, Malagueña is usually classified as a type of fandango. So we're going to look at a Fandango de Huelva. I have a capo or a cejilla on the 3rd fret today. And we're going to look at a very simple Fandango de Huelva compás. So let's get started. We need 5 chords to play a very basic Fandango de Huelva compás. So the first chord we're going to use is an E7 chord, and that's the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and your pointer finger on the 1st fret of the G string, and everything else is open. Now, related to this E7, we're also going to use a regular E major chord at the end of the compás, and that's the same chord, but I'm going to take my ring finger, put it to the 2nd fret on the D string for this note, and now we have an E major chord. So we have E7 and E major, and those are our first couple chords. Next, we're going to use this version of a G chord, which is used all the time in flamenco. It's a 2-finger version, using only the bass strings, and that is ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and middle finger 2nd fret on the A string. It's kind of a more dissonant version of a regular G chord, because we don't have that high G. We have an open E instead. But this is very commonly heard in a lot of flamenco styles. So that's our G. Next we're going to play our flamenco style F chord, which we've played before in this series. That's a pointer finger on the 1st fret of the 6th string, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, pinky on the 3rd fret of the D string, and middle finger 2nd fret on the G string. Your B and E strings are open. This isn't a bar chord of F. If you can see as I turn my hand here, you see I'm not held down, I am lifted. So that way I get these 2 open strings to create this flamenco style F chord. And that is our last chord that we need. Fandangos de Huelva use a 12-beat compás, very similar to Solera and Alegrias, which we've looked at previously in this video series. But it's also very common to count fandangos in groups of 6, and I'll demonstrate both of those here. So what we're going to do in this class is we're going to have something that sounds like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's the 12 count version, but many people like to count 6s, which would sound like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same idea, works just as well. I recommend practicing both of these to get used to them. So what are we doing here? Let's start with the first count of 6. We're going to start on our E7. We're going to go 1, 2. So 2 strums down on beats 1 and 2. 1, 2. On beat 3, we're going to switch to our A minor. So we have 1, 2, 3 so far. And this is a transition you can practice on its own too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to hold beat 6 in this example of our Fandangos de Huelva compás. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all I'm doing are down strums. Let's do that one more time nice and slow. Starting on the E7. So we have 1, 2, A minor, 3, 4, 5, hold 6. That's our first half. From here, we're going to go G, F to E. It's kind of like a little chromatic bit with the chords. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to do 1 strum on G, 1 on the flamenco F, and then to our E. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I do another strum on the 5 if I'm counting in sixes. So just that second half, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or this could also be counted 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? So let's try putting both of these together nice and slow. Starting on our E7. So we have 1, 2, A minor, 3, 4, 5, 6, G, F, E. Okay? And we'll count it using both methods. We'll do the 12 count first, and then we'll do the group in sixes version. So starting on E7 one more time, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And that is a very basic Fandangos de Huelva compás to get you started in this palo. Another possible variation that you can use within that same compás is we can actually change the voicing of that G chord that we did here. If you want, if you build the flamenco F shape, slide it to the 3rd fret, we can call it a flamenco style G chord now. So it's the same idea as our flamenco F, it's just that now it's almost like a G major bar chord, it's just that it's not barred. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now we have a different voicing. Or you can play both in a row, which would sound like this. Possible variations with the same compás, the same ideas. It's just that now we have some new voicings of the same idea. And that's all I'll give you for this lesson. Be sure to stay tuned for the next couple of videos as we start to wrap up the Introducing Flamenco series. And let me know in the comment section below if there's something that you would like to see in a future video, either compás variations or falsettas or tutorials of small pieces that might be around. Let me know down below, and be sure to like and subscribe to help support the channel. And I'll see you in the next class. Hasta luego.